If you've been taking your vitamin D supplement in the evening, a June 2026 clinical paper published in the International Journal of Molecular Sciences just confirmed something that should immediately change your daily routine. This is not a minor timing preference. It is a fundamental biological conflict that, when triggered every evening, is systematically dismantling two of your body's most critical overnight functions: deep sleep and fat burning, and most people doing it have no idea. The mechanism centers on a protein called the Vitamin D Receptor, VDR, found inside virtually every cell in your body. When activated by the biologically active form of vitamin D called calcitriol, the VDR travels to the cell nucleus and directly regulates the expression of genes involved in immune function, calcium metabolism, and, critically, circadian rhythm regulation. The VDR is not just a passive nutrient receptor. It is a master clock synchronizer. This clock-regulating function evolved because for the vast majority of human history, vitamin D was obtained exclusively from one source: UVB radiation from high noon sunlight. Vitamin D activation was biologically linked to midday. Your VDR evolved in an environment where vitamin D signal meant it is noon right now. The biological clock wiring that developed around that association is ancient and deeply embedded in your cellular machinery. When you take a vitamin D supplement at night, you are sending a false noon signal to your biological clock, at the precise moment when your body's circadian machinery is supposed to be winding down for sleep. The active D3 metabolites from your supplement bind to VDR and trigger the receptor's clock-regulating function. Specifically, this VDR activation modulates the expression of circadian transcription factors, including reverb alpha, one of the core molecular gears driving your biological clock. When reverb alpha receives a noon signal at 10 p.m., it suppresses the downstream pathways that should be ramping up melatonin synthesis in your pineal gland. Melatonin is not just a sleep hormone. It is the primary biological signal that tells every cell in your body that the dark repair phase of the circadian cycle has begun. When melatonin production is suppressed by a false noon signal from evening VDR activation, the entire cascade of overnight biological maintenance processes that depend on melatonin-driven signaling gets disrupted. Deep slow-wave sleep is compressed, REM cycles are fragmented, and the mitochondrial repair and fat oxidation processes that are supposed to peak during deep sleep never reach full activation. The fat-burning shutdown is direct and measurable. Your mitochondria operate on a circadian schedule. During deep sleep, specifically, the hormonal environment created by proper melatonin signaling and growth hormone release creates the biological conditions under which visceral fat mobilization and oxidation are most active. When that hormonal environment is disrupted by melatonin suppression, your mitochondria stay stuck in a partial daytime metabolic mode, rather than fully transitioning into the overnight repair and fat-burning state. You sleep the hours, but you do not get the metabolic benefit those hours were supposed to deliver. The fix for the timing problem is straightforward. Take vitamin D in the morning with your first meal. Morning VDR activation aligns with the evolutionary context the receptor was designed for. The noon signal arrives when the biological clock is in its daytime active phase, where that signal belongs. Melatonin synthesis proceeds normally in the evening. Deep sleep architecture is preserved, and the overnight metabolic window delivers the fat burning and cellular repair it was always designed to produce. But correcting supplement timing alone does not restore the mitochondrial capacity that years of disrupted sleep may have already depleted. When your mitochondria have been operating in a chronically disrupted circadian environment, their number, efficiency, and responsiveness to the overnight repair signals that proper sleep creates are all compromised. Correcting the timing opens the window, but you need the cellular infrastructure to capitalize on it. CoQ10 provides the raw ATP that powers the electron transport chain inside your mitochondria during the overnight repair cycle, maintaining the energy production efficiency that makes visceral fat oxidation and cellular renewal possible during deep sleep. When CoQ10 is adequate in mitochondrial membranes, the overnight metabolic window delivers at full capacity, rather than at the reduced efficiency of depleted aging mitochondria. PQQ activates mitochondrial biogenesis, growing new mitochondria with fresh circadian sensitivity and full overnight metabolic capacity. New mitochondria respond correctly to the melatonin-driven overnight signals that proper sleep creates. They execute visceral fat oxidation efficiently. They complete cellular repair comprehensively, and they restore the morning energy that deep restorative sleep was always supposed to deliver. Mitolyn combines CoQ10 and PQQ in one formula built around this circadian cellular power principle. Fix your supplement timing, restore your melatonin cycle, and give your mitochondria the energy infrastructure to make every night of sleep the metabolic reset your body needs it to be. I want to be fully transparent with you. The link in my description is an affiliate link. I might earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. I only share what I genuinely think is helpful. Fix the clock and fuel the engine. Check the link in my description for the 2026 Mitolyn Circadian Reset Protocol. And if you want cutting-edge cellular health content every single day, hit subscribe. We post every morning. This video is for educational purposes only and is not intended as medical advice. Always consult a qualified healthcare professional before making changes to your diet or lifestyle.